My grandfather was in World War II in the Army, and I always wanted to join the military because of him.
Master Sergeant Adrian Davis is a 19-year veteran of the Air Force. When he's at home, he's a military policeman at Moffett Field.
I wanted my grandfather, my grandmother, and my mother to all be alive to see me make something out of myself. And when my grandfather and my mother passed away, I felt God doesn't love me, he's not listening to me. So that's when my faith went to the side, and I stopped having faith in God.
Adrian went on to join the Air Force and eventually got married.
My wife and I are both military. We're not in the same chain of command, but we both do the same job.
And their careers required deployment. It was during Adrian's second overseas assignment that he faced a crisis.
We have a special needs child. My wife, she was on her own. She didn't have me. I was deployed to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It's just so much to handle. My wife was really extremely stressed, and I began to think, well, okay, she's gonna find comfort in someone else. Because we've heard so many stories in the past. Military members are deployed, their significant other ends up having an affair, or they end up divorcing them. And I began to just break down, and I went to the chaplain and said, hey, you know what? This is what's going on. I need some help. The chaplain would give me scriptures to read. I felt God doesn't love me, God doesn't listen to my prayers. And I laid it out for him why. I said, my wife, she's back there, here are my insecurities, this is what's going on. It's like, Adrian, let's pray. He said, don't just think about yourself, but think about your family. You have to change who you are internally for them to make that change. And that's when my faith began to come back. When people pray for soldiers or military members, they can pray for their families, because the families have to remain strong while the military members deployed forward.
In August, Adrian will be deployed to Korea. Next year, his wife will be sent to Afghanistan. But their marriage, says Adrian, will remain in God's hands.
As we get closer to the deployments, those insecurities start to build up again. And we both whelm up and go, okay, I love you, and she'll tell me, no, I love you, we're not gonna be insecure. My faith is still strong, and my faith has remained strong since coming back to Christ.